Hi, I'm David from Arcjet. In the next few minutes, we'll improve the security of your Express.js application using Arcjet to add bot protection, rate limits, and web application firewall rules. This is a developer-first approach to security, so just a few minutes here, and then you'll be back to building features. Arcjet works with all JavaScript frameworks, but in this video, we'll focus on Express.js. There's a link to the code in the video description. Arcjet provides multiple features such as rate limiting and personal information detection, which you can use to create different security protections. In this example, we're going to use bot detection, rate limiting, and attack detection through the Arcjet Shield WAF. Arcjet's bot detection uses different signals like user agent and IP reputation to detect whether requests are coming from known bots. But not all bots are bad, so you can choose to allow Google search crawlers or other friendly bots. First, we need to sign up for a free Arcjet account from arcjet.com. Once we're logged in, we can then add the API key to our .env local file. This is an Express application I prepared earlier. It's a simple website hosting a single HTML page to represent a website or application which might be attacked. Now we need to install the Arcjet node package and create an instance of the Arcjet client. We recommend initializing the instance once and reusing it across your whole application to get the best performance. But in this case, I'm setting it up directly in the Express middleware. Using middleware allows us to inspect every request to your site. When a request comes through, Arcjet will analyze it, check our real-time threat database, verify that the request is actually coming from an allowed bot, and then return a decision. So we first set the mode for the rule. This can be live or dry run. In dry run mode, no request will actually be blocked. This is useful for testing new rules, so you can log the result to see what would happen. We then configure which bots we want to allow. You can choose individual bots by name or list whole categories of bots. Here I'm specifying a search engine category, which will allow crawlers from Google, Bing, and others. I'm also including the preview category, so those nice link previews show up properly in Slack, Discord, iMessage, etc. Now with our first rule configured, we need to call Arcjet when the site request comes through. Inside our middleware, we call protect, and Arcjet analyzes the request, checks our real-time threat database, and then the result is reported in your Arcjet dashboard. But the request body never leaves your server. Next, you need to check the result so you can decide how you want to handle the request. Here, we're going to check if the decision is denied, and then see what rule triggered that decision. Let's try it out in the browser. Loading the page shows that everything looks good. If we then inspect the decision and instead try to send it via curl in our terminal, Arcjet detects this as a disallowed bot and blocks the request. But what if we just change the user agent to pretend to be one of our allowed bots? Let's try this out by changing curl's user agent header to pretend to be Googlebot. Arcjet has detected this. We verify bots to ensure that the request is actually coming from who it claims to be. Even if we can't verify the request, Arcjet uses other signals behind the scenes to predict whether this is a bot or not. But you always have complete control about what you do with each request because everything is integrated into your code. Rate limiting a website can help types of abuse that get through the bot filters. Humans tend to only make a few requests every few seconds, so we can add some restrictions here as well. Adding a rate limit is easy with Arcjet. We can quickly set up a sliding window rate limit, which is what we recommend for websites. Arcjet supports other rate limit algorithms like token bucket and fixed window. But a sliding window rate limit provides a smoother rate limit over time and prevents a client from making a very large burst of requests in one go. Here we'll configure a new rule that sets a limit of 5 requests within a 2-second window. We can also add a new check to return a different error message when the rate limit is exceeded. Now if we refresh the page a few times, we'll get blocked for 2 seconds. This is a short period, so it should avoid false positive for humans whilst still limiting abuse. But note how I'm able to test this on my local computer without deploying. This means you can test out different rate limits to suit your needs. Finally, we'll add Shield WAF. This detects suspicious activity and will block common attacks like SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and vulnerability scanners. We can use a generic response handler to return a forbidden error message if the Shield rule is triggered. Our site is now protected from bots, abusive requests, and general attacks. Our rules are defined in code, so you can easily document them with comments, track changes in source control, and even build more advanced rules by including dynamic variables. But that's a topic for another video. So that's it. Arcjet in just a few minutes. Head to the docs for more details. If you have any questions, join us on Discord.